Hi guys, I'm Jenny with In Touch, and we're back with another installment of 90 Day Follow-Up. To kick things off, we're starting with the OMG moment of the week. Things got steamy during part 2 of the 90 Day Fiance Happily Ever After tell-all when Sean Robinson asked how quarantine has been affecting the couple's sex lives. In a roundtable style, the couples revealed just how many times a week they're getting busy. Libby and Andre revealed that they get intimate around 5 times a week, with Libby adding that, quote, sex is a good reliever. Tanya and Sinjin said that they do it 4 times with some, quote, halftime foreplay involved. Larissa and Eric seem to be the most sexually active of the group, admitting that they have actual sex 4 to 5 times a week, and then everything else 5 or 6 times a week. This seemed to rile up Colt a bit because, as fans may remember, Larissa often said Colt wanted sex way too much. The Brazilian beauty did admit during the tell-all that while she was with Colt, she was experiencing a lot of anxiety and depression, and the pills that she was taking to help that did cause her sex drive to plummet. As for Michael and Angela, they're obviously on 2 different continents, so Angela says, quote, we just foreplay. She then went on to explain their foreplay in further detail, but we're going to spare you the details. The cast also brought up Angela's previous claim that she and Michael had had sex 38 times in 2 weeks while they were together in person. She added the tell-all that she was very sore after that visit. Moving on to some 90-day news, Rose Vega has undergone a stunning hair transformation after her split from Big Ed. The two parted ways on the May 10th episode of the 90 Day Fiance Before the 90 Days, and at the time Rose was a brunette. Now she's got some rose gold hues going on. The TLC star shared a few sultry snaps of her new look, and I don't know about you, but I am obsessed. Plus, look at that confidence her new do is giving her. Ed who? Moving on to Paul and Corinne Staley, In Touch exclusively confirmed that they've dropped the restraining orders they had against each other. Both parties agreed to dismiss their emergency protective orders and to cancel the upcoming December 3rd hearing to work out custody of their 1-year-old son, Pierre. And now it appears that they may be headed for a reconciliation after Paul's latest cryptic posts on his Instagram stories. The Happily Ever After star shared a quote from the 2004 film The Notebook about fighting to fix a relationship on Tuesday, September 29th, following it up with another message comparing love to a flower, mentioning both need, quote, constant feeding to survive. As for Devin and Jaeun, well, things are getting pretty serious between the estranged spouses amid claims of child abuse toward Devin's daughter Drusilla suffered from Lee and his parents. Lee denied those abuse allegations. Now, unfortunately for fans, In Touch can confirm that Jaeun and Devin will not be on the upcoming Season 2 tell-all for 90 Day Fiance The Other Way amid the allegations. An insider told In Touch that both Devin and Jaeun were asked not to participate in the tell-all because production and network executives didn't want to put her family in a situation where they, quote, would be near the abuser. A source did confirm that Devin will still receive pay for filming the tell-all even though she will not attend. Seemingly grasping at straws, Jaeun has been doing his best to divert the attention off of him and redirect it toward Devin and her new boyfriend Topher. The TLC star took to his Instagram stories to accuse Topher of pretending to be his son Taeyoung's father and his wife's husband. In a lengthy post, he wrote, "It's so hard to pretend to be bright on the outside. It is so hard that I eat 1 meal a day. But in order to meet Taeyong later, I want to live only on the positive side and think about seeing him. Being alone is so painful. I miss Taeyong so much and I want to hug him. I felt broken without Taeyong after not being together for a year. But now another man is pretending to be Taeyong's father and my wife's husband. On paper, Devin and I are still married." Now, Devin has said that she filed for divorce and she's just waiting for Jaeun to sign the papers. By the sounds of it, we're not so sure when that will actually happen. And now for our couples counseling segment. On last night's tell-all, Michael and Angela had a heated conversation about their future plans for having a baby. Having a child is extremely important to Michael, and unfortunately, Angela isn't able to give a child of her own, and her daughter Skyla doesn't want to give her mom one of her eggs. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, this is a huge red flag. Both Angela and Skyla think that Angela should be enough for Michael, but it's just not that simple, especially since having a kid is really important to Michael, and he's still quite young. It's a hardship plenty of couples go through when they're not on the same page about having a child, and I just don't know if Angela and Michael are going to be able to make it work through something this major. We'd be remiss not to add Tanya and Sinjin to this week's couples counseling segment as well. While chatting with Sean, Tanya admitted that most of her arguments with Sinjin revolve around his drinking. Sinjin then spent the rest of their conversation denying that he has a drinking problem to both Tanya and the rest of the cast, who seemed to question his drinking as well. Overall, it was just really uncomfortable, and if drinking is causing this much of a rift, it's not a great sign, regardless of whether Sinjin actually has an addiction or not. As of right now, the couple is still together and trying to work through some things, and when Sean asked them if they were thinking about divorce, they didn't deny it. Instead, they brought it back to the arguments they've been having regarding Sinjin's drinking. Yikes. That's it for this week's 90-day follow-up. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and as always, we're leaving you with the memeable moment of the week.